Hey all guys, and welcome to another episode of Ben's Beard and Beers. On today's episode, we got New Belgium Voodoo Ranger 8-hop pale ale, and I actually reviewed this beer before once, but somehow I wasn't recording the audio, and so it was quite a kerfuffle, and I had a big laugh over it because I recorded the whole thing, didn't have none of the audio. It's just me, and it looked like this. I'll do my impression of the video. It looked like this. Just kind of silly, almost like a silent video movie you have with Mr. Charlie Chaplin and all those guys. So without any further ado, we'll hop in here and we'll check out New Belgium's 8-hop pale ale. Got a spooky little monster on there for you. Looks like maybe an old World War I guy there, and he's a skeleton. I don't know exactly how they come up with these things, but let's see how it is here. I gotta be honest with you. There's a little beer in there from before, but that's fine. It'll accentuate the taste a little, huh? Yeah. All right, look at that. So, let's take a nice whiff here, see how it is. It kind of smells like cedar and pine a little bit. Sometimes those hoppy beers, I don't want to be improper, but sometimes those hoppy beers kind of have a certain smell to them. They almost smell like, maybe you go to a concert or something, and you're watching the band there, and you look up and you see this puff of smoke there in the audience, and you start smelling. Maybe someone has a doobie, they're trying to enjoy the concert, have a good time there, and they're having a little, doing some drugs, maybe. So when you smell that, it kind of smells like this a little bit. Very hoppy, cedary, maybe a little citrusy. I take that back actually, not quite citrusy. More like cedar and pine, like a nice walk out into the woods. You think you're there and you step out the back door, and it's maybe a nice evening. You put on a pot of coffee, or maybe a nice beer, and put your hands deep in your pockets, and you stare down at your toes, and you kind of think for a while, and you think maybe I'll go for a walk in the woods and think about life and think about maybe your friends, and you think about the day, and you think, sometimes life is wacky, but it's nice to take a little walk into the woods, and you relax there, and you take a deep breath in through your nose, and you smell those cedars, and you smell those pines, and the wind kind of whispers through the air there, and there's that nice sound that it makes when the wind breaks up and cuts through each different pine needle, and it's splintered into a million different sounds, and it all turns into one long woodland whisper there. It's kind of nice, and when you smell it, it takes you right back to that. Makes you think of that. So enough yammering on. Let's take a drink here. See how it is. I gotta say it, this is not the case with most beers. Sometimes, like a cigar, the cigar tastes great, and then you take a drink and you think, or you take a big puff, and it tastes totally different, and it smells. This tastes exactly how it smells. It's very, very nice there. It's you put it to your face, and you take a deep breath in, you deep breath out, and then a big gulp. And it's exactly that. It just takes you back to being in the woods. So let's see what the bottle has here to say. It says Brilliantly balanced for easy drinking, this pale ale is packed with citrus and tropical fruit flavors with 8 different hop varieties. Now, again, it doesn't say which hop varieties, and maybe a note to New Belgium, and something I would do different is maybe list them on there, so you know your customer can read there and say, oh yeah, I taste that one, I don't taste that one. So New Belgium Voodoo Ranger 8 hop pale ale, brought to you by New Belgium Brewery out of Fort Collins, Colorado. And I'll tell you what, if you've ever been to Fort Collins, Colorado, you know that's a place of cedar and pine. So visit Fort Collins Brewery, visit New Belgium Brewery. I've been out there one time before. Terrific experience, can't recommend it enough. They're very nice there. They've got interesting beers you can try that you can't get anywhere else. They're not on the shelves, they're just in the brewery. They're trying them out, and they'll give you some beer to drink and try and see what you think, and you can walk around there and see the bicycles, and it's just a terrific experience. So thanks for tuning in. We'll see you next time.